Hello and welcome to all the men and women of the West. I'm Joe. Um, well, I don't know what to say other than I got through a lot of work today, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I figured that since a lot of people have seen this trailer and really seem to have enjoyed it, there are 15 million people who've seen it already, and I'm amazed at that. Because I figured that D&D movies, uh, well, have in the past had a habit of pushing people away, and that this one would, by its very nature, repulse people. But for some reason, people are drawn to this trailer. So, and a lot of the people I talk to are pretty excited about this. And I got asked by someone, "Have you seen it yet?" And I didn't, because I've been hunkering down on my, well, Dan and my Queen of the Black Coast video, and generally taking it easy today because I've done a lot of videos lately. And I kind of fear that I'm clogging my channel a little, and I may be scaring future subscribers away because, well, they may be thinking he's uploading too many videos. I don't want to subscribe to that and get it clogging my YouTube recommendations, and that is always a fear I have, especially as I'm very anxious to get more subs. I'm just going to come out of the gate and tell you guys that I really, really do want more subs. I really want to get to 600 subscribers so that, I could release some of the content we have planned for when we get to 600 and celebrate that. And I'm thinking of, since it's taking us so long to get for every 100 subs, start making promises, I guess, of and celebration videos of for each of the big three universes we really get into. So we may see every 100 subs a Raceland video. We may see a love interest analysis when it comes to Conan. And we may see, I don't know, something big happen with every 100 subs for Lord of the Rings. I haven't decided yet. You could tell me in the comments. But without further ado, here's my first reaction. Since I seem to be doing a lot of these for a lot of fantasy universes, and Dan and I had talked about doing more trailer videos and reviews, here I go with Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. And I kind of think that it should be Honor Amongst Thieves, not Among Thieves. This title, I got a bone to pick with it. But anyways, here we go. I've seen the trailer. I'm not really impressed with this. Sorry, but I thought that the Amazon trailer was kind of so at best, but when I say the Amazon trailer, I mean the Lord of the Rings of Power trailer. But it was a lot better than this. The music in this video is just atrocious. And the feel the trailer gave me was Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, if you're fond of that movie, that's fine. I'm not really a fan of that movie. Now, I like the acting. I like the idea of focusing on Gamora and Chris Pratt's character, Star-Lord, I think it is. There were a lot of good ideas. The soundtrack's the best part of that movie. Just such a great soundtrack. But it's not my favorite movie out there. I'm not a Marvel movie guy, so I'd rate it as one of the better ones. Uh, but the idea of focusing on a group of thieves and a kind of Robin Hood men in tights or Robin Hood and his Merry Men type of, I should say, type of movie, there's a lot of merit to it. It's a good idea. I'd actually like to see a good Robin Hood movie again. It's been so long since there was a decent one, but I'm not going to go on that down that road. But the idea of doing Robin Hood in space that Guardians of the Galaxy kind of had, I know it's based off a comic, but they kind of went down that road, was a really good idea. It was very creative. But here, they're now they're copying Guardians of the Galaxy, but putting it in fantasy. And already, like, okay, take this shot. Right here, I'm reminded of Game of Thrones. You know, with the Red Keep, and I think the city is King's Landing. I'm not a Game of Thrones guy, so bear with me there. I'm not on board with that. I understand most major cities are near water. It's because fields near water tend to be more fertile than other places, and there's also the element of trade that draws human beings. Boats are faster than traveling on foot, so this is a good reason why you would found your major cities near water. But the problem here is I just get that vibe from this city. Now, it's just the way the castle itself is structured. I'm just reminded of that, and I'm not on board. Now, you take this shot. This shot is way better. Now, this shot reminds me a bit of Paris, how it might have looked in medieval times, although the island would be, the castle was on an island, I think, and would be at the center. But never mind that. So here, I don't really get the Game of Thrones vibe, but the trouble is the rest of the trailer is just all fun and games, and it's just generally too Guardians of the Galaxy-ish. Now, the atmosphere that movie had worked for it, but this movie has a lot of one-liners from what I can see of the trailer. It has the exact feel of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Chris Pine, the main actor, who can be a good actor. I didn't like his Outlaw Robert the Bruce movie. I found Angus McFadden's Robert the Bruce far more accurate to the history and far better because it was told a smaller scale, more personal story rather than all the set battles and getting lost in all these different events that are kind of separated by time and whatnot. But this movie could be good, should be good, but Chris Pine should not be trying to pretend to be Chris Pratt. He has his own charm and whatnot as an actor. And there are some good actors that crop up in this trailer. Now, the writers of this trailer obviously know how to write lines, but they're setting this up to be Guardians of the Galaxy set in D&D fantasy universe. Now, I'm probably a little obsessed and getting to be someone who's beating a dead horse at this point, but it probably would have worked better had they, how do I put it, maybe brought in a different premise. Now, the idea seems to be that there's a war horn that works as the seal for a demonic force, and the thieves stole it, gave it to the wrong person who hired them to steal it, and are now realizing the gravity of their error and are wanting to fix this mistake. Now, as far as this goes, this could work as a plot, but it kind of reminds me of the One Stone from Guardians of the Galaxy. I forget what it's called right now. I don't really care. But this premise, I don't know about it. I guess it could work. It functions a bit like the One Ring as well, but I would actually prefer it if they went with a slightly more horror vibe. The CG here looks but if they went with a horror, leaning towards horror, or I don't know, a murder mystery, where it's a thriller or a psychological thriller type of film, it would probably draw me in better. And I think they should have gone that route because there's a lot of possibilities for horror or mystery in Dungeons and Dragons. Another thing they could have done is just generally make it character focused. And this does not strike me as character focused. But that would mean they would probably need fewer actors, a smaller cast, and probably a smaller budget. I'm not saying it has to be $15 million or something. They could constrain it to, I don't know, 50 or 100 million. I can't believe I'm talking about those kind of funds as only. But my point is, this film should have more than just thieves as the main focus. They could have brought in, I don't know, a knight as the main character and made him a classically decent guy, but who's thrust into a horror style movie, a bit like a Rick O'Connell type of situation, like the Mummy movie, and maybe get Stephen Sommers to direct the film, or do something like I don't know. But my point is, this obsession with making it fun and hip and throwing in a less good soundtrack than Guardians of the Galaxy and just copying that pacing and trying to copy those characters and just having the one sidekick character next to Chris Pine just quip constantly at him throughout the trailer. It's annoying. It's not fun. It's actually quite boring because I can't count the number of movies that I've been told are good or have good trailers and just keep copying this formula. Ever since Guardians of the Galaxy came out, it seems like every fantasy or sci-fi movie or action movie or something tries to copy that. There were action movies before Guardians of the Galaxy or Iron Man. Make something new, for heaven's sake. That's my point. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. I get it. I'm a bit more of I like older movies. So, for example, I'd prefer a Brides of Dracula type of feeling to the movie. Or I don't know, the middle of the Rings of Power, when it had the horror side of it with, I think, Theo, that was the kind of tone I'd like to see in a D&D movie. Rather than Guardians of the Galaxy. I know I keep railing on it, and I'm not trying to. It's not that bad a movie. It's pretty good, but this, please no. Heck, they could have done a CAD card type film with a mage. They could have thrown in a mage or a priest or a knight, and you just pair that character up with a thief or something, and from there you get a small scale story, or you do something like the first Dragonheart and kind of put unlikely companions like a dragon and a knight, and you get them philosophizing together, because Dragonheart's a very philosophical movie. It's why it's pretty much a 4-star movie in my opinion. It's pretty much perfect because it's very philosophical, it's very thought-provoking, and it's very, very deep with very, very deep characters. And they're also archetypal. But this is just copying the worst trends in, well, a lot of Disney movies with just the constant one-liners in CG without any characterization. So, or emphasis on that side. Chris Pine's a decent actor. He shouldn't be copying Chris Pratt. They're two separate actors. You know what? Give Pine a more emotionally driven character who, I don't know, has to confront some internal problem as well as external problem, like Dragonheart. Sorry, I went on a tangent there. I don't know if anyone's gonna care to listen to that, or they could have just done a, I don't know, Dragonlance movie and cast Chris Pine as maybe Flint, or maybe Lord Gunther or Sturm or something. He's at that age where he could probably play either of any of these three characters. But tell me what you think, and let me know if you want us to do more of these kind of trailer videos. I might try looking at older trailers and reacting to some older fantasy movie trailers. Might be interesting. Feel free to send them to me in the comment section or on Twitter. I don't know how many views this video is going to get, but I do hope if you do view it, you will subscribe if you haven't already. Seriously, we really want to grow the channel, and we could really use your help. So smash that subscribe button and that like button to help this channel and this video, it as though you were Theros smashing the Dragonlances into shape.